Cool. For those that don't know, let's talk a little bit about what you got going on outside the music, and then I have a lot of questions about Newark, which is what I want to focus on mostly for this interview since it's your most recent release. But just kind of for those that don't know, what's Lush Life?
Lush Life kind of came out of a time where I partied a lot. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my party has never been like turn up party. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
It's like everything surrounding us could be crazy, but like my core group of people, we'd always be in a cut somewhere. We make sure we had a table and make sure we had bottles, and we literally sit like on lounge chairs and just watch the shit.
Right.
But
that sounds better to me than blacking out and having a hangover the next morning, honestly.
Yeah. And
I'm kind of on that same vibe, low key. I was talking to a buddy the other day, and I was like, we were going out or whatever. We were looking for bars, and, you know, we're walking on the Lower East Side, which is where I live. And he was basically like, let's go here, let's go there. And I'm like, nah, dude, let's just go to like a jazz club, you know? Or like, let's go to where we can just like sit back and, you know what I mean? Listen to each other's conversation. It's a different vibe that I'm feeling, because when I was in college, I definitely did the turn up thing. But like now I feel it shifting a lot. It's interesting. Yeah. Were you ever on the turn up vibe?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've always had, again, we go back to that.
Right.
Both of those things exist, right?
Yeah.
So there's been times where I'm just with a certain group of people, and I'm just feeling that shit. Like, I just want to go crazy. But more than not, 80% of my time, I just want to relax and shit. Yeah. And that was built out of that. Like, we fucking made cocktails all the time and just sat in couches and just vibed out. Yeah. So, you know, I was like, I don't think there's really music for the drinker that's not a drunk. Like, you know what I mean? Like the drinker that's not having the high-end champagne or having fucking 40 ounces. Like, there needs to be music for people that are in between that. Yeah. And that's kind of how that came.
How Lush Life kind of started?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such an interesting idea. Like, did that hit you one time when you were in the club and everybody was bumping? All of a sudden you were like, oh, shit. There's no music for these people. Like, no. Did it just kind of hit you randomly?
No, 100%.
Yeah?
100%. Because it's funny. We literally had a table full of cocktails, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't do the bottles. Because, let's be honest, the bottles are fucking ridiculous. Like, $500 for the sparkler to come through was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you're drinking shit that you don't really want to drink.
No, and you know what else? Like, I don't know about you, but for me, I can't really taste the difference between a $500 bottle with sparklers and the $25 or $30 bottle at the liquor store. I really can't taste the difference.
Bro, the difference is very slim.
Right?
Like, it's the margins such a minuscule.
The margins are thin.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, that's how that happened. We were sitting, we all had these cocktails and shit, and everybody was going crazy in the club. And we're like, yo, wouldn't it be dope if there was kind of loungy rap that was about this shit?
Yeah.
And that's how it came.
That's dope.